that they may flower, they may not. Which one will sprout, which one will not, nobody knows. And in the famous parable of the tares in the Bible, or the parable of Asa and the tares, it says of a husbandman, of a farmer, how he went to sow, the sower. And some of his seeds fell on hot rock, and they were eaten up by the birds of the air. Some fell on thorny ground and among brambles, and they were choked to death. And some fell on fertile soil, and they did yield forth multifold fruit. Now, the sower cannot distinguish and say, here it will grow, here it will not grow, because he doesn't know. It is nature's, shall we say, mystery, secret, whatever you want. Which seed will sprout, which will not, you don't know. Suppose you sow a ton of seeds over 10 acres. Hardly 1 out of 100 seeds will sprout. And of those sprouted ones, 1 out of 5 will die in its growth. That's why farming is such a awesome, tiresome, often unprofitable, heartbreaking thing. No farmer can say that this year I will have a good crop. It may grow well, one rain, everything is destroyed. Like a good abhyasi who's growing up, one temptation and he's finished. Babuji said, the Guru is even more than a mother, because he is always in a permanent state of anguish. What will happen to this abhyasi, to that abhyasi? And as they grow more and develop more, he says the Guru's work is at risk of total loss. I said, how, Babuji? He said, imagine somebody I have developed over 15 years of sadhana, and suddenly he falls. My work is lost, I cannot duplicate it again. So you see, it is like that old snakes and ladders game. 8, 13, 23, 46, 98. And 98 means you come back to 3 or 4 and have to climb all over again. For you, it doesn't matter. We have spent lives and lives, again and again trying to climb the ladder, coming down, like the myth of Sisyphus in the Greek tradition. For every 4 steps he goes up, he slides down 5. So, the Guru is in permanent state of anguish. And the more we rise, the more is his anguish. What is going to happen to this fellow? So he's very careful. Don't go here, don't go there. Go back straight home when you come to me. And he told me an example of a disciple Lalaji Maharaj had, advanced, very advanced disciple, who fell into some temptation and started to drink and stopped going to Lalaji. 3-4 months passed, and one day Lalaji asked the other disciples, where is this boy? Why doesn't he come to me? They said they were reluctant to tell him. They said something's up, something is wrong with him. He said, go and call him. So they brought this boy to him. He said, why are you not coming to me for the last 4 months? He fell at his feet and wept. So Lalaji Sahib asked him, what is the matter? He said, I don't know how to tell you, but I've started drinking. He said, for this small reason you are staying away from me? I permit you to drink. The disciple was very happy. Where will one get such a guru, who says you drink? He says, really, Master? He said, yes, but one condition. You must think of me and drink. And this disciple went back very happy, bought a bottle of whatever he used to drink. Thinking of Lalaji Maharaj, he drank it. He had to immediately vomit. After that, he could not retain, and the habit stopped. So even when we sin as we think, we must go back to the Guru just to permit him to remove that taint from us. Then followed the next lesson. One must never be afraid of the Guru. You may think you have committed a sin. Doesn't matter, you still approach. He knows what you have done, even before you come to him. So what is the problem in your being afraid? And then he said about one abhyasi, who you came to him, and in an assembly he was sitting at the end and weeping. So he was asked a question, why are you weeping? And he went on, weeping, and fell down at his feet and said, Babuji, I have sinned. He said, what sin can you commit which others have not committed? A bottle of wine, a woman, which fool has not done this? You see? So this idea of original sin which is present in Christianity doesn't exist with us. There is no original sin. And for us to think that we have done something wonderful by way of sinning is also a matter of pride. Our ego says, oh, I have done this, I have done that. And our spiritual voice says, yes, brother, you should not have done it. Then we feel we have sinned. And then we say, who doesn't do it? Nowadays, we brush it off. Who doesn't do it? Everybody takes money, everybody drinks. Doesn't matter. You said your Guruji is so powerful. Can you not clean it off? This sort of, justification, rationalization of wrong. So, Babuji said this example about the disciple who started drinking and he was cured of that habit. And why we should not be afraid of the Guru. We should always go to him under all circumstances. And Lalaji was very punctual. And Babuji used to say with a, a sort of embarrassed laugh. He said, I'm not, I'm telling you, I am never punctual. I say 8 o'clock and I go at 9 o'clock. But Lalaji, if he said 6, he was there, 6 o'clock. And whether there was any abhyasi or not, he would sit and transmit. And after his transmission, half an hour, 45 minutes, he would go for a walk because he was, breathless because of the breath control during meditation, which sets in automatically. And he walked along the river for 20 minutes with some 1 or 2 chosen abhyasis who were very highly reverent. And he came back. Then he would sing a bhajan or 2. And about singing, it seems Lalaji used to have excruciating pains in his abdomen. And Lalaji heard him singing. He used to sing bhajans. Babuji asked him, Lalaji Sahab, can you not cure yourself? He said, Ramchandra, I am telling you, it is a matter of a second. Then why don't you do it? He said, anything I get has to come only with his permission. If it has his permission, I should never object to it. Because it must be for my good. God will not permit anything to happen to me which is not for my spiritual good. So how can he reject it? Then he said, but how can you sing when you have such anguish and pain? He said, I am telling you, when I am in pain, I have to make some noise like ayo, yor, ha, ha, hoo, hoo. Instead of that, I sing his praise. And Lalaji said, again, who will get a guru like that? Who will get a master like that? So how to treat pain, how to treat illness, how to treat poverty. Because Lalaji had less than 8 rupees a month. And he was running a family. There was a very nice short movie made by our Pune group some years ago, about Lalaji's life. There we see all this. His eldest son was who died. Anguish. See. And yet, he bore it all with utter disregard of the loss. Saying, well, he has gone to my master, gone to God, before I am blessed with that. That sort of attitude, you see, that one dies. He has not left me because I still feel his presence here. And he is to be blessed because he has reached the destination sooner than I. See, I have been here 50 years and I haven't made it, and my son has gone there at birth. See, which of us, this man who just left? I was speaking so many things about moha. Putra moha also I pointed out. He is suffering because his son died, leaving a wife and child. And another son is a drunkard. And he is brooding over these things and spoiling his condition, going deeper and deeper into that agony and that misery. I told him last night, why do you do this? When you come here, you must be cheerful. Forget this. It doesn't work. Because he thinks his love for the son must be shown by suffering, his suffering, and his, anguish. I said, does he not drink when you are there? He said he does. Then he said he is not drinking when you are not there. What is the difference? Your presence or absence doesn't make any difference. He could not accept it. He said, no, my wife is calling me urgently. Instead of going yesterday, my words had the effect of keeping him here till noon today, and he has decided to go. So you see, all the teaching falls on deaf ears. Unless, as I said, we are willing to listen, willing to believe, willing to accept, willing to work upon it. So I think we'll stop there for now.